The Tantric Vision. Tantra has often been a kind of underground sect in India, precisely because by sanctifying the body and its energies, it subverts the classical yogic teaching that places spirit above and beyond the physical world. But Tantra is secretly practiced even among conventional religious people, partly because Tantric practices are famous for conferring special powers. There is even a saying, in public, be a worshipper of Vishnu, the deity of conventional religion and morality. In private, be a worshipper of Shiva, the deity of yoga. Then, in secret, worship Shakti, the feminine power behind everything. Tantra has many branches and many faces. Some are quite primitive, while others are among the most sublime enlightenment teachings in the world. But all approaches to Tantra have at least 3 points in common. First, Tantra is uncompromising in its embrace of reality, in all its beauty and horror. A core feature of Tantra is the principle of non-rejection. In Tantra, nothing is considered to be outside of the divine tapestry. Shakti, the immanent aspect of godness, has become everything that exists. Therefore, everything is worthy of being worshipped as a form of goddess or Shakti. This is not to say that Tantra ignores ethics or ethical principles. Core texts like the Kularnava Tantra stress that a strong ethical grounding is crucial for Tantric practice. However, Tantra insists that all bodies, all worlds, all ideas are made of Shakti and are therefore divine in their essence. To experience this as fact, to experience it as true within our own bodies and minds, is said to be the knowledge that liberates us from all suffering. As mentioned earlier, one of the 2 Sanskrit roots of the word Tantra refers to its capacity for liberating you. Tan means to expand, while Tra means to liberate. So Tantra describes itself as an expansion of the knowledge and practice that liberates us from suffering. Another meaning of the word Tantra is weaving, as Tantra sees the world as a tapestry of energies, all of them aspects of the energy of the divine, and therefore all of them sacred. The physical world is as sacred and numinous as the world of spirit. Tantric ethics are based on this recognition. Second, a corollary of the initial insight is the recognition that physical and emotional pleasures can be doorways into the divine. Tantrikas believe that pleasure can be sacred. The taste of food, the moment of sexual touch, the transporting joy felt when hearing beautiful music, the blissful experience of losing ourselves in movement or in the sight of beauty, any of these can open us to the divine ecstasy at the heart of life. It's this aspect of Tantra that makes it such a powerful practice for contemporary Westerners looking for a path that merges spirituality with life in the visible world. In the West, Tantra is often associated with secret, and now not so secret, sexual practices, but these are a tiny part of the Tantric system. Even more radical and significant is the Tantric view that bliss and presence can be discovered in upheaval, in the play of destructive forces, in sorrow and sickness, precisely because there is no place that Shakti is not. Third, the Tantric view sees the universal Shakti, the divine feminine power, the goddess, as the source of power. This is a revolutionary idea, and when we get it, it changes our relationship to our own energy forever. So consider the following. True power arises from an inner feminine source, from Shakti. This is true whether the power appears in the cosmos, as in the Big Bang and the thrust of evolution, or in a human being, as our powers of thought, feeling, and action. In the West, we are used to associating power with masculinity and thinking of the feminine as purely passive, nurturing, and receptive. Tantra tells us that it's the other way around. From a Tantric perspective, the inner masculine, Shiva, is the source of consciousness or awareness, but in order to act, to stir, he must take energy from the inner feminine. In ordinary life, this is exactly what many men do when they project their creative energy outward into a muse, a nurturing wife or assistant, who then pours her energy into him. In turn, the feminine is grounded and focused by the masculine quality of awareness. Awareness allows the feminine to see herself and give both containment and direction to her energy. Whether cosmically or individually, every genuinely creative project emerges out of a marriage of consciousness and power. For full creative empowerment, these masculine and feminine polarities need to come together. We need the stability of linear focus, the masculine quality, to merge with the feminine quality of energy, with its invitation to inspiration, eros, and aliveness. Though we know now that these qualities are present in both men and women, these polarities still get projected onto the opposite gender. Thus, we would have the traditional marriage, where the man was supposed to provide directionality and focus, while the woman was supposed to lend her creative energy and feeling to his projects. These gender roles prevail in many relationships, including same-sex couples, where one partner will often enact the masculine role while the other partner plays the feminine. As we bring a truly tantric perspective into our daily life, we learn how to marry the god and goddess in every individual. In relationship, this means that when two people meet, they don't feel the need to project either their life force or Shakti or their consciousness Shiva onto the other. Instead, they can come together from a place where the masculine and the feminine awareness and energy are incarnated equally in men and in women. This allows both for deeper relationship and for greater fullness in each individual. That said, when the tantric sages talk about the divine masculine and the divine feminine, they refer to eternal principles that are fundamentally beyond gender, though they may be expressed through gender. The masculine, Shiva, is understood to be the transcendent quality of godness, the knowing light beyond all forms. The feminine, Shakti, is the immanent aspect of the divine. She is the power that becomes the world. Cosmically speaking, the Tantras say that without the dynamism of Shakti, the feminine, the masculine Shiva is inert, yet without the awareness and stability of Shiva, Shakti is uncontrollably wild. Cosmically speaking, the Tantras say that without the dynamism of Shakti, the feminine, and the masculine Shiva is inert. Yet without the awareness and stability of Shiva, Shakti is uncontrollably wild. A dramatic image from tantric iconography conveys this essential tantric viewpoint about reality. The image shows the goddess Kali, naked but for an apron of hands and a necklace of skulls, dancing on the prone body of Shiva, her eternal consort. Shiva's corpse-like pose represents the fact that pure awareness is the static ground of being, comparable to the awareness that a meditator discovers as the unchanging witness of his own mental world. Kali's wild dance expresses the dynamism of the cosmic process, intense, endless, dramatic, arising from and supported by Shiva's ground of stillness, yet expressing itself through endless, evolving universes. In the external world, she is the force of evolution, the erotic thrust at the heart of life. She is the intrinsic creative drive that fueled the Big Bang and continues to unfold as stars, galaxies, planets, etc. Within our inner world, Shakti plays as our thoughts, emotions, ideas, inspirations, as well as our ideas about who we are. In meditation, she manifests as our visions, our feelings of bliss, our insights, the inner blocks that arise, and the spaciousness that dissolves them. In the process of transformation, she takes form as a passionate urgency that inspires us to step beyond apparent limits and expand our consciousness. Shiva remains outside and beyond all this as the unchanging knower, the witness awareness that both observes and contains the dance. At every level of consciousness, the masculine and the feminine, Shiva and Shakti, steadiness and dynamism, awareness and bliss, stability and transformation, being and becoming, complete and complement each other. Without the spacious ground that is the light of consciousness, steady and still, nothing could exist. Without the dynamic power of becoming, nothing could grow, evolve, or transform. Shiva and Shakti, becoming and being, are like two sides of a spinning coin, like water and its wetness or fire and its heat. They are beyond gender, Yet when they evolve into physical form, their qualities live in us as aspects of consciousness and also as uniquely gender-related qualities of the human soul. In the Tantric universe, everything arises out of that original union, the embrace of Shiva and Shakti.